Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. Yep. 205-964-5243. You know.
Good afternoon and welcome to Wednesdays. Hello? Yeah, no. So it's Kelly Wednesdays. Mine is Kelly for the next probably minute, but she'll be here to share. Make sure I got the right audio on here, and I don't. Okay, boom. All right, but we're here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate. And there she go. There she is.
We can't hear you.
We can hear you. We can hear you. All fall down. All fall down. Down, 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 down. Ding, dong, ding. Can't hear you, Kelly.
I'm trying to see the
I don't know. I don't know the words.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
You can hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you. But yeah, we're here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate. And I got to move my mics over. The camera. I can be in the middle of it. Huh? Can't hear because the mic ain't on.
It's not.
It ain't on over here. My bad. Sorry, Instagram. Please forgive me. I would do better.
What Janet said on Good Times when her mama was coming in there with the iron.
What'd you say?
Don't do it, mama. I'll be good. I'll be a good girl.
She was terrible actor.
That was terrible.
She was a terrible actor.
Not for that day and age. That was perfect.
Yeah. Don't
Terrible.
I'm talking about the thing.
Really, the only person that really could act was James. He really won. I guess
the mama?
a little bit. You know,
She
but
was like the real actress at the
and
time.
she wasn't good on that.
She was damn.
Oh no, that was good. You know what? I asked one of my friends one time. I'm sure she ain't watching this, but it ain't no bad thing. I said, "What's the most famous?" And me and her the same age. You know, she's a little older than me, but I said, "What's the most famous?" What did she say? I said, "What's the most famous scene in Black sitcom history?" It got to be that. Right?
I don't know. The Fresh.
I know. Well, again, just keep in mind, I'm older than y'all, so I was talking to somebody my age.
The Will team. That's
Huh?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will talking about his dad to his Uncle Phil.
Oh yeah.
I don't know nothing about that. So,
why you don't want me, man?
That kind of goes down in history.
When James died and Florida was when the kids didn't think she was you know, like emotional enough or whatever, and she just lost it when since hey man, that's I get emotional about that when I see it now. That's 50 years old at least.
Then you gotta try to keep it together.
Yeah.
At that moment, she just broke.
It was just damn.
That's all the time.
Tyler Perry, if you're watching it.
I got to play a woman. Golly. Anyway, so
audition tape.
You never watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Back then, I was in college for the most part. Well, yeah, back then I was in college, and so I always worked. When I was in college, I basically worked a minimum of 2 jobs, sometimes 3, right? And going to class full-time, gambling full-time crazy girlfriend, I don't know how many. I don't know how I was doing. I had to only been operating on 3 or 4 hours of sleep. Well, then work. So I would have night jobs. That's what I was getting to. I would have night jobs, and so I never saw. Like all of Martin is basically like new to me, or whatever. If I watch that or whatever, so yeah, I just didn't. As much as I like to watch TV, I was working at night. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So
please, baby, please, baby. You don't remember that scene?
From what?
From A Different World. When
Well, that's different though. I was still a teenager then in a different world.
That was a top scene too. Now
that's one of my favorite episodes ever.
I don't remember it though, but I sort of checked out on that once I started going to college. We didn't have cable, TV or whatever for real. And but yeah.
Said, die, just die.
Yeah, so but anyway, I guess I'm wrong. I guess it depends on what audience I'm talking to.
I think it depends on the audience because
I was talking to somebody my age though when I asked that. She said something from the Cosby Show. She's talking about no, that ain't what she said. She said, well, that reflection of a family is really not the reflection of black families. That what she said. Talking about good times. I said, poor black folks, that exists. You know what I'm saying? Now he's saying all of us are like that by no means, but that existed, especially back what I was talking about or whatever. So anyway,
especially the type of mama, like I feel like that's what black mamas was like.
Yeah, but anybody else that I asked, they was no hesitation. She was just, you know what I'm saying? She just, anyway.
We love talking. We're gonna figure out a way to bring that back to real estate wholesale.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how I came up with that, but so So today's topic is should you call or text motivated sellers? Should you call or text motivated sellers? So that's the question for today. So if you want to join the live, just text the word Gator to the number 205-964-5243. 205-964-5243, and you can jump the line. Access the set of videos that'll get you going in the right direction. There's tons of videos on the channel, but these videos right here are selected to try to get you going in the right direction. Make sure you know the times that we're on Monday through Wednesday. You see the time around 4. Then on Thursdays, 8-ish. Don't ask for much. Subscribe, like, share, follow. If you're on YouTube, make sure you tap the little bell, select all, so you are alerted whenever we go live on YouTube and when we, post new videos. Okay, so then you want to share this, then you want to like it, and then if you're on TikTok, well, you're not on TikTok because they're not watching, but go there anyway. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. We're on LinkedIn, Facebook, everywhere. And so then, hey, we still want to partner on your deal, but follow the instructions in this video that is pertinent. Am I saying that right? To making that happen. Right. So, yeah.
Flipman, this is on Instagram. Are you interested in purchasing subordinate properties?
Sub who?
Ordinate?
I'm not sure what they mean by that.
Maybe they meant subject to. I'm not sure.
Spell it.
ORDINATE.
I don't know what that is. You know what that is? Can a subordinate?
Only thing maybe, I'm really not sure. Only thing I'm thinking about is like properties that have city violations on it, but they may need to expound. I may be completely wrong.
All right. And this person also on Instagram asks who to look for to learn about lease options.
I don't know who's out there good at teaching that. It's not my lane. I've done them, but I can expound on it. I guess I can answer some questions, but I'm not sure who's good out there on that content. Free
content. I got a funny story. I used to have a really good contact, but then he got locked up into jail. So I don't think
And make it a little bit more difficult. But they got the internet in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Now he's out of jail now, but
Okay.
from fraud. So I don't think you want to learn it.
Oh no, that's who you want to learn from. I'm just talking.
Oh Lord. Okay. On YouTube, everybody's saying good afternoon, family.
What's happening?
Hello. Somebody said Janet can egg. I know that's right. Have you not seen the clumps? Have you not seen Why Did I Get Married? Why Did I Get Married?
Okay. Okay, in that.
She was a kid in that other show. I think she did all right.
So was Gary Coleman, but he was great.
Shut up.
Janet,
Matter of fact, he was in an episode with her. Oh, it was just so funny.
Hush.
Now he might have been 24 at the time. No, he was actually a kid then.
I knew you was going to say something ignorant. Oh, okay. This one says, "Hi, Flip Man. Do I need a license?" Don't let your that you like someone perceive whether they can do something good or not. Either they can or they can. I don't care.
I mean, go ahead and just look at my hair. We still rock the braids because how she pulled it off. That
I was talking about good times. I wasn't really talking about beyond that. I really hadn't watched nothing. Well, I watched the How to Get Married. All three of them. Is 3, 2 or 3?
Two.
Two.
I thought it was 3 too.
I think it's 2.
It's 2. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, those were good. Those were good. I can't say. Yeah, that was good. Who she was married to? Oh, she was married to old boy once because
Malik Yoba.
So he got killed or she got killed at the end of the day?
He got killed.
Okay, and then the Rock walked up.
She was chasing his ass out the street.
Yeah.
Hollering at him.
Oh, she supposed to have been the person that supposed to help you with your relationship. Her situation wasn't hitting on nothing.
It be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to Sam's question. He's gonna be mad at us. He said, "Do I need a license to list properties on the MLS?"
If you're gonna actually, you can't list them on the MLS without a license, but you would need a representative an agent that has a license or a flat listing fee to have it. But you also would need to have some type of equitable interest in the property that you're listing. So if you don't actually own it, you would need to have an executed contract that states that you can list the property on the MLS and that is signed by both the owner and you and executed. So, short answer is yes, but long answer is what I just gave you.
All right. This one came from Janice on Facebook. She said, "Hello, Flipman and ladies. Is there any way I can look up houses that have no running water or electricity?"
You mean that it's been shut off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think that'll be more local specific, depending on if that's information is made available to the public or whatever. So that's just going to be on a local level. So I would start with who offers the water. What was the other one? Electricity? Oh, now the power company, I'm almost positive they're not going to give you that information. What would you think on that, Kelly?
Some people will. So I've actually done that before. Like some counties will, they'll make you pay for it because it is typically public information. They'll make you pay for meter, like it's called a water list, whatever. But some counties or municipalities will give it to you and they'll make you pay for it. Some of them will just make you. They want to know why. They're going to give you the interrogation. Like I tried to do it for Madison County. And I got so much pushback, like it just they drained me. They waited me out. So yes, you can, but some counties is easier than others. But it just depends. I would say create a relationship. But if they know that you're going to be doing it for marketing purposes, like I said, the smaller counties they're not going to be for it. But the bigger counties, so many people have already asked before. They already have a system usually in place. And like I know one time I paid like $175 for a water list in different counties. You can get a fire list as well. So that means like whenever the fire, the ambulance has been called out to places for a fire call, they'll give you that list as well for usually a fee though.
That's kind of good knowing that they don't just give out your information, or I guess some people don't make it easy.
They don't make it easy, and they don't give it. They give out the address, so you still got to find a name and skip trace it and all that.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's good to know. Because it's crazy people out here. Yes. Let's see. This one says good afternoon. They're talking about the shows. This one says, how can I locate? Well, we kind of were just talking about this, owners of vacant properties, and I only have the address.
You want to answer that, Ty? I know you got a whole system for that.
Well, yeah. Well, first you do want to try your free options, and you want to try to see if on the county level, what you can get for free through the website first. Maybe through property taxes. Normally, you can pull up that type of information, but that may be in different places depending on the county itself. So that's where you want to start first. Your tax dollars are normally paying for that access to that information. If you can't find it through the website, you just want to call to that department. Like I said, you may start in taxes, collector or assessor, or however it's done. They'll lead you to where you could possibly find it online, or they'll give you the information. It's best that you try to access it online. All right, now that's the free option or whatever. Now you're going to have different tools, such as if you text the word vacant to the number, like vacant house, but vacant, VACANT, to 205-964-5243. That'll give you access and show you how to do it on PropStream through the app or whatever. Now, once you get the number, now if you want to, once you get the information as far as the owner, well, I mean, you have the address. I guess you want to skip trace it, so you want to try your free options on that first by just simply Googling that person's name along with that. Either that address or the actual mailing address for them. It's probably best to do the mailing address associated with them if it's a physical address and not a P.O. box or something, and see what Google spits out for you. Now, it's going to suggest some of the free skip tracing tools, people find tools or whatever. Just be aware that they may be free, but they're trying to upsell you something. Just don't start clicking banners or whatever. You have to, before you know, you didn't download something that you didn't want, and depending on what type of device you're using, it might jack you up or whatever. But so that's the next option as far as free. A simple way now, if you have batch leads, if you search the address and pull up the property details on batch leads, you can automatically just skip trace there with a couple of clicks of your mouse or whatever. So, or if you're on the PropStream app, you can do it through the skip trace and just run skip. So with either one of those options, you can get it for pennies on the dollar. Obviously, you have to have this subscription to access that, but so those are the options if you're trying to find, number one, who owns the property from the address that you collected through the freeway and possibly paid ways. That took too long.
No, I think it's a good answer.
Okay. Seemed like I could have shortened that. But you said it was good. Boom. There it is. Okay.
Okay. I don't know, or I can't remember her name. But Dreams Made Alive, she's saying that the link isn't popping up for the Gator Room.
Oh. Huh? Okay.
He probably didn't do something right.
I thought I did, man. You know what I'm saying? Thought I did. Excuse me.
We're gonna work on that. Let's see. Keep scrolling. See, somebody said, what about For Color Girls?
What is that?
The movie with Janet.
Is it a musical?
It's not a musical. No.
Well, to your defense, it has been a musical, so that is
right.
Totally off.
Who else in that? Who?
Tandy, Kimberly Elise, Felicia Rashad.
Who are the other two people? What they didn't play? What they? I know her. Who the other two people? What they didn't play?
The main one was Whoopi.
What it was about?
It's just about all these different Black women's like story, and then it ends up colliding. like, and they become like friends.
That ain't nothing I watch.
No, but in that movie, she was looking at
That movie whatsoever.
Again, y'all was talking about stuff when she grown. I was just talking as a child actor. But everybody was terrible on there, except James to me. But I love I like I like the show. My girl, woman Thelma. Much as I love her, Jesus Christ,
I met her.
30 times. She was terrible as an actor.
Have you ever met Janet Jackson in person?
Who, me?
Yeah.
What, how would that be possible?
Like, a concert or something? Like, have you ever went to like a concert or something?
That ain't nothing I would do. You know what I'm saying? You know what it would take for someone, I wouldn't even do it now when I was younger, when you would do things to try to holler at chicks, just you know what I'm saying? Now? Oh, and the famous words of no way I would go to a Janet.
Not something you would go see.
Talking about Janet Jackson concert?
Yeah.
No. I wouldn't.
I would love to see Janet, especially if I was.
I've seen her in concert, and she ended up going to the same bar as us after her concert that we went to. And when you see her in person, it's like it's almost like you see some type of godlike goddess, and you could never
would fall out of me.
You could
I'm just saying now. Again, that's just me. I'm not a fan, so I wouldn't. And I know the tickets wouldn't be cheap or whatever. And the only reason I would have gone in the past is I was trying to holler at somebody, and that's what they want to do. That don't exist no more. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna be nobody I'm gonna want to talk to that bad that I'm gonna go see a Janet Jackson.
Who would you go see in concert?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, who would I go see? Oh, that's
a woman.
Oh, a woman. Now I would go see Mary J.
Oh, okay.
I would go see Mary J.
You trying to see them boots?
Yeah, I would go see her now. Okay, so. I'll go see Mary J. I'll go see
Fantasia. You said.
Oh yeah, I'll go see Fantasia. Yeah, definitely. I'll put her probably above Mary J. But hell yeah, yes. I ain't. Nah, it's too popish. You know what I'm saying? Too popish for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll go see I would want to go see Fantasia before I've seen Mary J. So yeah, personally. And it's not like I couldn't have done that, but a lot of times when I find out about stuff, like when what's the name's here a couple of weeks back, I ain't know until you told me that day, and it was that day, right? Yeah. Oh my God! Now wait a minute. Let's back up then. I'll fly out the country to go see Sade.
Oh, she's supposed to be going back on tour. I heard that she's going on tour.
When?
Yeah, I don't know when, but I did hear that she's going on tour. She's going to be announcing it.
Is it a crime?
Fine. She's so fine.
Is it a crime?
Why are you singing?
Hey, that's my God.
I love Sade.
That I still love you. I want you to love me too.
This is the best I ever heard you sing.
Hey, that's my God. Smooth operator.
Okay.
Smooth.
Okay. I'm gonna ask one for us to shut up.
All right. This is on Instagram. What's the best way to open escrow if I don't have a business account?
I remember Steve Harvey was interviewing her one time, and he said the world famous Sade's how's it done? Just staying out of trouble. I said, oh. Staying out of trouble. What? Oh my God. Oh. I'll take her to see a Janet Jackson concert. I like that. And she's 60 something. All right, that's what you want to do, baby. Hey, where? What was the question? I'm sorry.
The question.
Y'all got me out of my element.
The question.
I ain't really no starstruck type person. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But anyway, so.
All right, this came in from Instagram. This person said, "What's the best way to open escrow if I don't have a business account?"
What's the best way to open escrow? Well, you don't have to have one. Your name is good.
Business account. No, you can listen, guys. There's people that own millions of dollars of real estate and own it in their personal
name. In their name. Yes.
You don't have to have an LLC or a business account.
The name stays home. All right, I'm about to add Mama Lamb to the chat, to the Gator Room. I need to remember. Hi.
Oh, you bundled up over there.
I know, right? I'm sorry, and it's like right in a not such a good time. How y'all doing? I got an emergency. This is an emergency here. What's happening? Okay, so this property that I've been talking to y'all about for more than a couple months. No, it's been about a couple months. And I did almost listed it for equitable interest, like you recommended to me, Kelly. And I didn't get that far. I ended up getting a buyer. Got all the paperwork together. It's in this crazy borough where they're requesting like dye tests and zoning certificates. They're doing the most. So we had to go through so much paperwork. We are at the last bit of paperwork where the buyer put the money down. Now my seller signed another contract with another wholesaler because she feels like she can get more money for the property. Okay. Our contract expired September 30th, but we were already in escrow. I already had the property put in the title maybe by September 28th. So then the new agreement, she just never signed it. And I didn't pressure it because I said, well, it's already in title. So we don't need to sign another agreement. So is my agreement still standing, being that it was already put into title? Can I sue this lady for my time?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
There's a simple closing extension addendum that is 2 sentences that I send out if I ever need a closing extension that I get done just for that reason, that if I'm actively and I still think that there's just need a little bit more time to find, especially in the smaller areas, the less populated areas. I have them sign it just because I don't want to be in the situation you're in, because if you guys as though if you guys, if the contract at this point is void, it's void. So because of that, it's out of it's past it's expired. So the only thing is the only thing you can do is really continue to talk to her and vet the other wholesaler, and I hate to say this, but try to find as many reasons what stay with you versus this other wholesaler. But
we don't already fell out, Kelly. It's over. We done already. It was a mess. But just her feeling like hey, I should have did more to get more money for the property, and it's like she agreed to this. This is more than what the property was worth in comp, so she got a good deal, and then now since she got a higher offer, now she's throwing a fit. So I told her, hey, then okay, she can work with somebody else. But the title company is agreeing to release the money, the down payment that my buyer put on. She's agreeing to release it to him. Only we need to get a termination of contract. But the contract is expired, but they still want a termination of contract. And there's more, if you believe it or not. I'm just concerned about really my buyer. I don't want him to get, at a loss behind this because of her fluiness. But she has another person on the house, which is the baby's dad that's now locked up in jail. So in order for him to sign a termination agreement for my buyer to get his earnest money back or the down payment, it has to be notarized. Right? And he's in jail.
You gotta go to the jailhouse. People have done it before to get the signature, unless before he went to jail, he gave someone a power of attorney over his estate or over his finances. But you would have to set up a time to go and get it. But I guess it's just the specific attorney, usually a mutual release that doesn't require, and that's for companies I've dealt with, the states I've dealt with. Every state is different, and every attorney's office is different as well. So usually a mutual release signed by the seller and you is all they would need. But if they're telling you they need to have something notarized, then you'll have to go to the jail and get it notarized.
Okay, so a mutual release, but it's no contact at that jail, so I don't know what kind of special hoops I got to jump through to get it signed. So I'm hoping, but I'll ask the title company about a mutual release, and then I'll ask them, what was that addendum that you mentioned? You said it's 2 sentences that from going forward, I'm going to make sure I get this signed. Mm-hmm. What is that again?
This is a closing extension addendum that says that this was originally the closing date, but we mutually agreed to extend it to this closing date.
Okay.
And then you file it back with your title company and so that they have everything they need. For the person that's in jail, if he is actively fighting the case, I don't know if he has a lawyer or someone that already has the ability to see him. I would try to figure that part out so that because a lawyer will have the ability to be a witness and get things signed for you. But you'll have to get creative on this one. I've heard stories about people that had to go to the jail and prisons to get things signed.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this. Who signed the contract with you to get it going in motion?
He was free.
Oh, he was free
when I got it signed, August 31st.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're both set for the termination. I was just under the impression that he's going to have to get it notarized, or that this title company is going to require. But they know how much I've been going through. I've been in constant contact with this title company, so I'm hoping they'll have the mutual agreement that I could get signed from her and myself.
Yeah, it seems like that was fine. There's going to be just whether they want to be that dot your I's and cross your T's, but it seemed like her signature would be more than enough, But again, it's just going to depend on what's acceptable to them. So,
can I ask you another question though? So if he is required to be on that to sell this property and he's in jail and she wants to go with a higher offer, does she realize that that's also going to prolong her time to get the money that she wants?
And now, she's not in a time crunch. Oh, this broad done tell me she's homeless. She done told me that she need the money now. When is the closing date? She's been pressuring me all this time. But it's like, hey, look, we're on the title's time in the particular borough you live in. I'm going through hoops. I never did a dye test before or had to get one, but we're going through other hoops now. So she was pressuring me all this time. Now she's so, oh, well, if I can get more money, then I'm willing to wait. Lady, that's not what we discussed. And I don't know. I would rather, I just want to get my buyer's earnest money and down payment back for him, because I just feel so bad. Yeah. But she's, I don't know. She's a loose cannon.
Well, I hate you having to go through that, but yeah, just get your list of things you need done, and also just go back to them and ask them, or try to get in contact with the lawyer. Have her help. Say, hey, I'm trying to get you your money fast too. But I need your help. You gotta take care of this part, and then you can move on. We can both move on.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right.
Good luck.
All right. Thanks.
My favorite part of that, he was free. He signed it.
if she decided to back out of the contract because she want a higher price, wouldn't it, automatically terminated?
The contract?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, they ran out of time too, so.
Oh, they did.
That's what it is.
And because she's opened up escrow, now that the escrow and the title company now has to cover their CYA. So now they on there it says that they are the people that determine who the earnest money goes to. So they would need some type of documentation that's saying it's a mutual agreement before they would just release it. They can't just release it because they would need to have that documentation in the event there's some type of litigation that comes up later.
That was good to know.
Shady boots. All right. You have any?
No, somebody just asked what I asked, but you already explained it.
All right. This one came from Destiny Williams on YouTube. She said, "Hi, Flip Man. Do you have any videos on tax liens / tax deed flips?"
Yeah. Well, I just did one with Dr. Michelle on when that was Friday. I think I uploaded that. Well, Saturday I think I did. So she sort of went through the process, and then I've had my guy from parcelfair.com on there with his tool to help you find properties in certain states. Then I've had the attorney Greg Stanley, which is a local attorney here that deals mainly. That's one of his expertise dealing in tax deed properties. Now, of course, this is more Alabama specific, but I think it gives you a lot of good nuggets on top of that already. Oh, and then actually, Ted Thomas, I'm promoting a training that he's having on Saturday or whatever. So, yeah. So it's a content. Just text me. I'll send you all that stuff I just said or whatever. I'll send you links to it. You can access what's available that I have. So.
All right, and let me read one more, and then I'll add Jimmy to the Gator Room to the chat. I see you in there. This one says, "What agreement do I go with for my buyer, and what type of invoice can I use for the seller, which is a realtor?"
Oh, I love this question because that sounds like you're about to do your very first deal. So if you are doing a deal with a realtor, you most likely they have their own contracts, mainly because, especially if it's a listed property, their brokerage will require them to use, or either the commission that they are, whatever state you're in, would need to be approved. They only can use the contracts that are approved by the commission for listed properties. So the realtor that you are, the invoice I can use for the seller, which is a realtor. So the realtor who's a seller, if they have their own interest, and I'm assuming this is listed now. This is going off a listed scenario. They're going to supply you with the contract because they already have all the contracts that they know are approved by the state and by their brokerage. So that is what you would need. Now you can use an assignment of contract with your buyer. That if you have a contract, if you have an agreement between the seller, who is a realtor, that you use, you will only request that they allow or either submit an addendum that will allow you to assign the contract, and then you will use an assignment of contract with the buyer. If not, then you will have to use your own purchase and sell agreement, and you will have to do a double close, which is a whole different. It's like a whole explanation, but so. Your agreement with your buyer, if you can assign the contract, then you'll use an assignment of contract. If you cannot assign the contract, then you will have to use the purchase and sell agreement, and Ty has a contract that you use for that.
Yeah, you can access that contract by texting the word contract to the number 205-964-5243.
All right, let's go ahead and add Jimmy to the stream. Hello.
What, Jimmy?
Hello.
Hey, how we doing, family?
Good. I love the energy. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. What's up, Flip?
Oh, you got it, man. What's happening?
Hey, everything is good. Listen, I'm not going to hold too much of guys' time. I got to be at work in like 5 minutes. But can you run a comp for me, Ty?
Yes, sir. Hold on 1 second for me.
Are you guys getting any feedback?
No, you sound good.
Okay, great.
You sound good. I'm good. All right. So what's the address, sir?
6157 FM 2194 Farmerville, Texas 75442.
Mobile home. Okay, so it's a mobile home. It appears to be sitting on a couple acres here. Do you know year the year built of the manufacturer for the mobile home?
I want to say 2008.
Okay. Do you know the size?
Yeah, square footage is 1120.
Okay, and that may be all here in the thing here. So I just want to give a little view of it. Hopefully we can see here. We zoom out. There we go, right there. Okay.
I couldn't find no pictures, Ty.
Yeah, so they got them a carport working right here. Let me see if I go down, I can peek behind these trees. I can't see it for the trees, but that's cool. Yeah. So what's across the street here? Is that a school or something? You live in this area?
No, I do not. I'm about an hour and a half away. I'm in Dallas.
In D-Town. Okay. All right. So all right. So let's see here. So this is sitting on a little over 2 acres. It looks like it's sitting on 2.295 acres. So 2.3 acres, I guess you would say.
Right.
Mobile home. Let me see if I can get an actual comp with a mobile home.
So Ty, is he selling the? I don't know if he's selling the house or the land.
Yeah, you got to be clear on that.
Exactly, because the price he was asking for was 150, and once I looked it up on Prop Stream, I knew that was wrong.
Oof. Yeah. We'll go out a mile, see if I see anything mobile home sale like that. Well, I guess with a property. No, I'm not going to probably find anything. So let me remove that. And now there are some comps in there, but these are on houses though.
Right. That's what was throwing me off.
In the 200s that are not far from that property. One of them is on the same street. It sold for $258. The property, what am I trying to say? The size of the house is similar to this one, and the lot is half of that, a little less than half. So, it makes it.
What do I compare it to? That's the question.
In the immediate distance, nothing. Let me go out a little farther. Let me see if I can pull this up again. Let me see. Nothing. I hate to go out this far, but you know. Okay, all right, there we go. All right, so within 5 miles, is these the same cities? Now these are in different cities. I wouldn't use that. That's too far. Even though it's 5 miles, I wouldn't want to use that. Are they the same county? Let me see if they're the same county. Pretty sure they are, but makes it tough. But that 150 may be justifiable. I don't know if they can get a loan on that. Could he get a loan on that, Kelly, for that?
No, he got it. Owner financed.
Oh, okay. So how did you come across the deal?
I have my bandit signs throughout Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas.
Oh, okay. All right. So now this property here, that's in the is these the same counties? In the same county that's within 5 miles. Now it sold through MLS for $199 back in January. The mobile home is a little bigger. I mean, a little smaller, but the lot is bigger though. The lot is twice as big as your lot on that one.
Okay.
Then the other one, the lot that this one sold for 184, and that was back in March. The lot is not that much. It's about 10,000 square feet larger than yours, not quite, and it sold for 184 now. So that's justified, I guess you would say, in there. But if he's offering owner financing and a little less than what these have sold for, what are the terms that he's offering?
Okay, so I have a meeting with him tomorrow. So I just I needed a number to work off of what my offer to him would be.
Well, no, just collect the info. You don't have to make an offer when you're talking to him. So did he make the suggestion on the owner financing, or that's how the conversation went?
No, I went by that 10-question list when he called me.
Mm-hmm.
I asked those 10 questions from the seller.
Okay. All
and
right.
I asked him, did it have a mortgage on it? He said no. He said he owner financed it. So when I looked at PropStream, it seemed like there's a balance of only like 17,000 on it.
So he bought it through an owner financing, or did he sell it to someone? So he bought it that way.
Yes, he bought it that way. Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Yeah. I'm looking at 70,000. That was back in 2014. Say it may have an estimated loan balance of 17,000. So was it 8 years ago? So maybe it's just around that amount. So yeah, just see what terms. So you made the suggestion on the term. I mean, offering the owner financing.
No, I did not. I did not at all.
So he made the suggestion. That's what I'm trying to be clear on.
Yes, he made the suggestion.
So did he give you any terms?
No, we haven't talked about that yet.
Okay. All right. So just get the terms. Really sort of hard to even answer the question until you hear the terms that he's willing to offer. Even if you don't want to keep the property, if he makes the terms attractive based on number one, how much down, the length, interest rate, if any, and then what that would calculate out to be a monthly payment, it may be a great opportunity for you if you want to hold or if you want to wholesale out the terms, depending on what the terms are. So just go out there with an open mind, just really collecting information. Yep. You don't have to make a decision tomorrow. So because he called you from your banner sign. So
Tom, what did you compare it to? Was it by a lot size or by the mobile home size?
I was looking at it all, so if I'm comparing these two mobile homes here that, within 5 miles, but really, I guess I don't have nothing else to go by. So like this mobile home is 1120. This one here was 1064. This one here was 960. But this one here is sitting on what is that? Probably not quite probably not quite 5 acres, and this one was sitting over a little over 2 acres, approaching 3 acres. Whereas yours that you're targeting is sitting on a little over 2 acres. So so that gave that a little bump there, just looking at it or whatever. So, but he's asking 150, so he's in the ballpark of what's realistic in that area, especially if owner financing is being offered. So yeah.
Okay. All right, great.
Let Kelly. What are your thoughts on it?
The only thing I wanted to, when you're going through and doing your comps, so FM, I don't know, you probably would you being in Texas, you probably know what that means is farm to market. Those type of areas are going to be very specific on people who are going to want to buy there or do a lease option. So give yourself a lot of room, a lot of wiggle room, even if there's going to do an owner finance. So I would be in the double digits as far as like they may start. Do you know what cap rates and how to evaluate, and do you know how to do you know how to evaluate like what a cash flow? You know how to create cash flow and know what the cash flow would be?
No.
Okay. So the only thing is you want to be at a deep discount. So if you're using 70%, use 50, 55, percent, because that type of person is going to need a really good discount. And you're going to have your buyer for that, or your exit person for that will probably be somewhere in that area that is looking to do a lease option for that, be in that school zone, because it's right next to the school, which I really like. If it's a good school, that would be something that someone would probably be like as much as well.
Okay. Okay.
All righty, my man. Let us know
All
how that
right.
turns out.
Thank you guys very much. But Kelly, you were right on point. That was the number I was having in my head to give me a lot of wiggle room.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Right.
All right. You guys have a great day. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
All right, my man. Boy, it worked. That's what's happening.
Oh, okay. You want to keep going with questions?
Yeah, we can roll a few more.
Okay. Hold on, let me go back up. I'm gonna just ask this one while I find it. This one says, "Hey, Flip Man, I always get sellers who think they know the rehab cost of their property. How do you convince them that we know what we are doing?"
Well, I guess I want to make sure. Do you know what you're doing? Want to make sure you do know. Well, and then ask them how many properties have they rehabbed before. But then you have to get into how many properties you've rehabbed before, right? So ask them, how did they come up with these numbers? Did they get a quote? Did they rehab properties before? You know, and then it's okay to use their rehab numbers if they give you, legitimate reasons of why they know the cost of how much it's gonna rehab their property, especially if you're dealing with another investor. So I say that part, but you can't really convince them unless you actually have experience in doing this as well. That's my take on it. You may have a different thought, Ty.
Works for me.
All right. This one says, "I went to the Dealator website and put my information in, but it's not allowing me to get set up. What other options are available to get my information in to get started?"
They said it won't allow them to get set up.
Yeah, get started on what?
Yeah, you got to be more specific on what you're trying to get set up on.
Let's see. This one says, "If a seller calls me and wants to sell their house, should I look at the property before I make a deal or put them on the contract?"
Say that again.
If a seller calls me and wants to sell their house, should I look at the property before I make a deal or put them on the contract? Well, he says, "Should I look at the property?" Yeah. Does it mean like physically go to it to see it with his own eyes, or should he do research and look at the numbers? Because you should do both.
Yeah, I would definitely, do a desktop evaluation first. So see what areas and try to do that while they're on the phone if you can. Get the address from them, pull up if you have PropStream or just Zillow, and see what area for in their area. Ask them what they're thinking about selling it for, just to see if it's worth you going out to look at it. Because I wouldn't want you to go out and look at something if they're asking for retail or they're asking for a number that just wouldn't work. But if you can get what you call a soft contract or an upfront contract of basically saying that, if I was to come out and look at your property, can we make a decision today? Are you're okay with selling at a discount? And then go out and look at it, because otherwise you're spending your time looking at a lot of properties that that with people that are unmotivated to sell.
All right. This one came from Robert McCray. He said, "Hi, Ty. Rob here. I haven't heard from you yet. Driving for dollars."
Robert, what are you sending? Now, I know you send stuff, but a lot of times you got to follow the instructions, my man, that we give you to send and receive stuff. So, but definitely know who you are.
All right. This one came from Makisha. I think I'm saying that right. Joseph on Facebook. She said, "Would you buy a property that is a mobile home in Florida that needs work?"
We need more details on that. Does the mobile home have to be moved? Does land come with it? That's going to be two key factors before we can answer anything about a mobile home.
She also said that the price is $138K and the ARV is $200.
Must be a land play.
Yeah. This one says, is the Flipman link still available for the Dr. Michelle Deed training you did last week? I cannot find it.
Yeah, if you text the word deed, it still should take you over to her site.
What's the most important software to have when starting out with very little money to invest in this business?
Oh wow, there are a lot of tools out there. So you're going to be around the $100 mark on the two or three that I would recommend. You can get the base level of batch leads for $100 a month, or you get PropStream for $100 a month. Either one of those is going to work very well as far as putting a lot of information at your fingertips that can be very, very valuable to you, being able to find deals, analyze them, etc. So, which, of course, they're tools, so they have to be used. If not used properly, that'd be a total waste of money, like with anything else, if it's not going to be generating any income. So, but I have tons of videos on both, and more to come.
All right, this one says, if a home has a mechanics lien, is it worth the time for a wholesale deal?
Absolutely. Those can be some of your best ones. Some of the mechanics liens are not that much usually. They're only a couple $100. But I mean, any reason, I mean, if they're on the liens, I would, so when I look at a list for mechanics liens or any type of liens on there, I just kind of have a broad. I look at 5,000 or more. Because when you're at the $500-$900 range, people are usually like sometimes they may not even know they have a lien against their house or they forgot about it. So yeah, it's a good time. It's worth your time to wholesale it if it's a deal.
Okay. What kind of contract do I need for land?
Well, as far as just a simple land purchase, if you go to digulator.com, I have a contract there that you can access for free to fill out. And if you just go to YouTube and do a search for Flipman and land contracts for land, or land contract, or however you want to title it, I'm going to have a video on how to fill it out also. So, voila.
All right. This one says, hi, Flipman. Thanks for texting me back. My daughter loves your YouTube intro. You've got to see her doing the dance like the video.
That's what's up. That's what's up, yo.
This one came from Robert.
Text me a video.
Oh yeah, that'll be cool. This one came from Robert. He said, I think he has a question for Kelly. He said, could you partner with me on a property through an agent? It's my first wholesale deal.
I mean, I would love to, but it only would make sense if you are in the state of Alabama. Otherwise, I could, if you tell me where it's at, I can see if I have contacts in the area where you are. But I can only partner if it's in the state of Alabama. I'm only licensed in Alabama.
Okay. Okay, Makisha, who asked about the trailer, the mobile home earlier, she said that land comes with it. It's listed on the MLS, but it is 0.46 acres.
It's 0.46 acres?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be interesting to take a look at it. And they were asking what?
38.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, yeah. So yeah, it'd be interesting to take a look at where that price point is coming from.
Okay. What is the topic?
Yeah, I guess we'll go to the topic. So today's topic, should you call or text motivated sellers? All right, so the business, as I always say, it boils down to generating leads. So if you knew what you were doing, you were comfortable about the process and what to say and who you're targeting, you can literally start today as far as reaching out to potential owners of properties. It could be as simple as going to Zillow and targeting for sale by owners, which may be one of the more difficult ways, but definitely possible. or targeting properties that are for rent, that are listed on Zillow, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, places of that type, those type of platforms. And so now their phone number is going to automatically be provided. So now you can reach out to them by text or call. Okay, so now sometimes on Zillow, they give them a marketing number. So it may be screened a little bit, but not always. Sometimes they actually put their number out there. Okay, so that's an option. That's a free option as far as using both of those methods. I'm just going with both of them right now. Then I'll try to explain which is what, should you do one or the other. All right, now you want to get more broad and be more niche on what you're targeting, then you'll build list, which if you text the word list to the number 205-964-5243, in that video, I explained different ways you can build lists using PropStream. Now you can sign up for it. If you sign up through digulator.com, we'll provide free training for that. So now once you build a list, there are several types of lists that you can actually build. And so I think I went through this last week, but here's a couple of the lists that I like, and I'll just give you the definition based on their definition of how these lists are put together. So one of the lists that I like is a couple of them. Well, we'll start here though. Tired landlords, and their definition of tired landlords, it identifies non-owner occupied properties, i.e. rentals, where the current ownership exceeds 15 years, which simply means that they don't live in the property, and they don't live in the property, but they've owned it for 15 years plus. So they're just playing the numbers out that there's going to be probably some tired landlords in there, right? The next one I like is senior owners, and that's identified as properties where the current ownership exceeds 25 years. The owner has senior tax exemption, and the current owner has an open or the current owner has an open reverse mortgage. You have to be a certain age to qualify for those. And then one of the others, plenty more, but one of the other ones is free and clear, and that's identified that the property currently has no open mortgages on it. So there's a lot of equity there to be obtained. Now, another one that you may want to check out also is vacant land. All right. And so that was a parcel of land that does not contain any physical structures on it. Okay. So now you have the list built. So once you have a list built, you download it. Once you have it downloaded, so what are you going to do with it? There's three things you can do with it. You can call it and or text it and or send direct mail to it, that list. So how are you going to do that? Now, there are a lot of ways to do it, a lot of tools out there. Now, if you're going to do text messaging, I strongly recommend this option here. Watch this video. It breaks it all down for you, shows how to build a list also. And then if you're going to do the cold calling, you can use your smartphone. But if you want to be efficient and be able to dial hundreds of numbers within an hour, I don't know if it dials that many, but it dials a lot of them. Versus you picking up your smartphone and have bump, 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 bump. It'll dial multiple numbers at a time. You'll be able to track all your calls or whatever. Text the word dialer, no S, to the number 205-964-5243. But and then with direct mail, now if you're going to do direct mail and do it the proper way, you really need to have a decent sized budget and be committed to it for the next 3 to 4 months minimum, right? And so when I say that, be willing to spend probably $2,000 and up, and that's really a light budget when you start talking about direct mail. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. So which is better? Should you call or text? Now, cold calling ain't for everybody. If you're going to individually if you're going to be the one that's doing it, because if that would have had to have been the method for me to start in this business, I probably would have never done the first deal, and you wouldn't even know I exist unless it was for some other reason, hopefully a positive reason. But what I know now that I didn't know then If you're not that type of person to do cold calling, then you need to either partner with someone that is, we all know these people. They can talk. They like talking. They're not afraid. They're not feelings are not hurt when someone tells them no or curses them out or says something ugly to them. Someone tells them no. To them, that just means, oh, you didn't understand what I just said. Let me say it another way. With me, no, it's okay, bye. Talk to you later. All right, but so we all know these individuals. They may be looking for an opportunity to leverage those communication skills. That a good way of saying big mouth? Leverage those communication skills because they are real. I'm just talking. Like I feel like my mom's her communication skills were never maxed out or whatever. But you can't go beyond what you don't know or whatever. So so cold calling, so either you or someone that's good at, or you could pay a VA if you're interested in that, using a similar service that we use. You could text the word scale. I don't have none of my cards up here. Text the word scale, SCALE, to the number and schedule a consultation. Keep the appointment, and that they could do it while you have people making calls for you while you're at work. All right, so that's an option. Then with the text messaging, as I showed you, then that's something you literally could probably, depending on what type of job you have, you could literally be doing that on your job. In reality, off your phone, really. I think it's set up to do that way for sure. But definitely, if you're already sitting at a desktop or something every day, you might sneak your iPad in there. You can do it from right there, or maybe depending on the job and what type of security measures they have on their devices that they let you use to do your job, you may can even do it on the gig if they're not tripping or whatever. So so those are, so which one fits you? Well, I laid out the foundation for each one of them. You have to choose at that point, right? You have to choose. So your thoughts, Ms. Mead?
Yeah, the only thing I would say is, like you said, you have to choose. Like, please take one of those methods that he just gave you and run with it only. Don't try to do all of them, or just take one. And like you said, based on your personality, based on what you think that works for you, take one of them and run with that one only. And then don't just write it down, store it in the back, write it on a piece of paper, and don't open it up until you've achieved what you want to achieve. We'll say, I'm not going to open this up until I made $50,000 in wholesale fees, or I'm not going to make this until I made $100,000 in wholesale fees. That way you won't overwhelm yourself with trying to learn so many different things and trying to deploy your money over across a whole bunch of things where you just focus in on one thing. So that's all.
Mm-hmm. See it through, self-accountability.
Boom. Well, boom. Kelly, tell them how they can reach you.
You may get it. You may be about to slap my hand. So we need, because we don't have a way to really because we have the do you later and we have the contract, but we don't really have a way to get this information yet. But if you can, we need infield lots. We need infield lots, but we don't need everybody's infield lots. If you are out driving and you see a new development, like new construction, like a whole subdivision or community going up, and on the outskirts within a mile radius of that subdivision, if you see vacant lots, meaning there used to be a house there, not a ditch, not something that looks like this never could be used, but something that looks as though it used to be a house there and it's no longer a house there, and it's within a 1 mile radius of a new subdivision. We need you to first take a picture of the lot, as many pictures as you can, get the address of the lot. And if you can, if you know how to skip trace the lot and send it over. But I need you guys to remember, because we get a lot of people that just send some just anything. If we research it and we look and it doesn't meet those requirements, we won't look at any more of your deals that you send over. So I need you guys to follow these instructions. If it's in a mile radius of new construction, and it looks as though a house used to be there, so it looks like it was torn down. It may even still have a slab there, something like that.
Yeah, so this would be you all on that on YouTube, Facebook. I'm showing a photo, a image of an infield lot. As you can see, it's a house right here. It's a house right here. Actually, it's two infield lots. That's what it means. It's like in between. It could be on the corner sometimes, but a house is, next door. You're definitely in a neighborhood in most cases. So those are normally easier to identify is what she's saying. So I want to try to give you some type of visual of that. So if I drop my little guy down here and flip him around, now where is it? So this is basically so where's the lot at? It's over here. So I think it would be right in this area right here. So anyway, but from the overhead, you
can while you're there, can you go to Zillow? Can you go to Zillow? I'm gonna give y'all a way to how you can like plan your day out if you want to go driving and you want to find this out. Okay, so if you go to Zillow and then you go over to click for sale and you go down to the drop down box and you unselect everything. Yep, you already know what I'm going with this. Yep. And then you hit that.
Switch. How do I switch? Switch. There you go. Boom. Yeah. Okay. So boom.
So I don't know. So it's nothing there. I don't know where Rio Vista is. That where the farmland, the farm to market road was?
Yeah, I think it was in that area.
Okay. Let's just put in a different city. If you can just go to
Dallas.
Okay. That works. So perfect. So you see all those dots, those are all new construction areas. So if you riding around and within a mile radius, if you see the lots, the type of lots that Flipman just showed you, take a picture, take several pictures as much as possible. I like what he tells the students to get out and just do a 360 video as well. So take pictures and then just go out and just take your cell phone and just go around, turn around so we can see the entire street. Make sure it's within a mile radius, and then send us all the information that you have. And if you know how to skip trace, go and you get bonus points. You get more money if you give us a name, a phone number, who is owns, and if you actually spoken with them before. Especially bonus points if you've already have it under contract. So, but we need more of those. Not those, but but lots that are around those.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so now that would be some. Okay, that was a new construction.
And it doesn't matter the city, doesn't matter the state. It really doesn't. If it's new construction and it's happening within a mile, city or state. Now the only thing is, well, I don't know, Ty, what you think? I was going to exclude California just because of the cost, but
no,
city or state doesn't matter.
No, it don't matter. That should be number one.
Yeah, I know. It's just, but yeah, but yes. So send us those. Let's get some going, guys. These are what I call like your easy, low-hanging fruits. So if you guys can get this, these are the type of lots that are in high demand right now, and you guys can make a lot of money if you get a system. But again, and Jessica will be the one who's going to be over this. If you don't send us information, he's gone.
I am here.
Okay. If you don't send the information that we require, if it doesn't meet those requirements, we can't continue to consider your deals because y'all cause us more time.
Okay, put it on Kelly. Hold on, Kelly. I'm just trying to make it.
Cut you off. They say you about Janet like that. Told you. I don't associate because
it's not her stream.
Oh, okay. Anyway, y'all can hear me, so the camera went out.
But that's all I had. So send those deals, go out, that's your homework, go find those infield lots 1 mile radius from new construction properties. Get out, take a picture, take a 360 video, get us the address, send it to us, and get you some wholesale deals going for land. But that's all I have. Yes, they already put my DM in there. It's Kels. I gotta fix my. Y'all see my whole YouTube studio set up. Sorry. It's usually not the white screen, but anyhow.
I figured out how to put you solo, so there you go. Hey, they good. They good.
That's all I have. That's all I have. Yeah, Kels always, and then YouTube. I've been putting out videos on YouTube every day about new construction development. So if you want to learn more about that, you can head over to my YouTube and pick up some little tidbits on that. That's all I have. All
right, boom, guys. So if you didn't get your questions answered, post them in the comment section of any video, and we will see you guys on the flip side. Boom.
Bye.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. Now you know. 205-964-5243. Now you know.